All right, good morning, people of YouTube. So we're back again today with a deck profile that I'm really excited to bring you guys. So this is one of those decks that I kind of built with the limited supply that I had available to me, with the box and a half that I had of Bt6. I'm waiting for my singles to come in. So built this red deck, waiting for my Bond of Braveries to show up. And this deck is actually good. It's really good. So I don't expect it to go winning any major events, because it's not the most consistent thing you'll ever see. But when it works really, really well. And I'm very, very excited to bring it to you guys because it's a super fun strategy. It kind of combines a standard tower deck with a standard security control deck with a standard rookie rush deck. So it takes three of the main forms of playing the game and kind of mashes them all in one deck. So let's go ahead and get started, and you'll see what this is about. So for the eggs, I got 4 copies of Demimera and a single copy of GG. You want to swing face a lot, so I'm playing 4 copies of this one, and then GG is my last egg. This could be a Yoko, but the most important one is the Demimera, because you do want to be swinging face a lot. So on to we're going to go from the top down. My main boss monster is Aldamon. So this card will let me hit for 2 security by itself at 11k, which is pretty nice. You get an Atomic Inferno off on it. It's now hitting for 3 security at 14k. And with the Demimera, now it's hitting 15k in security, so even if it hits a bond in security, you're living that. The only thing this dies to is Zwart and Omnimon, or Alter S. So some level 7s at that point, but if you're scared of that, then you can just double Atomic Inferno them. And with the new Flamemon that we get in Bt6, you can give this guy piercing. So the goal of this deck is to kind of rush one of these out and put immense amount of pressure on your opponent with your control cards and the rookies that you have access to, and just swing for all of their security and then finish them off with either your rookies or your hybrid Digimon, while keeping them at bay with your plethora of options. So we got some level 4s. They are mainly hybrid Digimons. We got 4 Aguni. We got 3 Burning Greymon. And then I got 1 copy of this Security Greymon from Bt3. This card could realistically be anything right now. It's mostly a placeholder for the Geo Greymon that we're getting in the red starter deck. But it could, for now, in the meantime, it could literally be a Dark Tyrannomon, or a Monochromon, or even Deltamon, or a 4th copy of Burning Grey. But having more security effects is always good, and this deck wants to put a lot of pressure on your opponent. So if you put an Aldamon in your raising area, and you have nothing on board because let's say you got board wipes, and then they swing at your security, and then they hit this, well, all of a sudden you promote your Aldamon, you activate Atomic Inferno, you swing with Aldamon, you swing with this, you have game. It happens. So I do like having security Digimon in here. But yeah, these 8 are my only level 4s. So, also a Goonie for game. That happens quite frequently. So, on to the level 3s. I got 4 copies of the new Flamemon. This card says if you have Hybrid or 10 Warriors, you get Piercing. So, this will give your Aguni or your Burning Grey Piercing, because Burning Grey hits 9,000 on its own. You Atomic Inferno this, it's hitting 12,000 security attack +1. Now it has Piercing. This card is just overall amazing, and blockers kind of put pressure on this deck, but not anymore. So, Flamemon is really busted. Next, we have 4 copies of the original Flamemon. The on-play reveal top 3, grab a hybrid and a red tamer, or just... Is it red tamer? Yeah, it's specifically a red tamer. This card is really good. You need your hybrids. It searches these 2. And, tamers are nice, so. Plus, you need a hybrid in your sources to get to Aldamon, so with your level 4s and these, you're going to hit that all the time. Unless the only time Aldamon won't be 11,000 on your turn is if you just like have to hard play it for some reason. Next, I got 2 copies of the Bt6 Agumon. This card will let me reveal top 5 and grab more Tamers, because we play hybrids, so Tamers are important. I got a single copy of the Dash Pack Guilmon, the when attacking draw one. I kind of want to find space for more than one, but, you know, this was one of my Dash Pack cards, so I only really have one right now. But in my testing, it's been pretty good. You know, with you swing at security, you're a 3k, and you just draw a card. That's not bad. It dies, it replaces itself, and then you get to draw for the evolution. Rookies that draw you cards are historically very, very consistent within Rookie Rush builds, so this card has a place in this deck for sure. Next, we got some 2 costs. We got a Biomon and 2 Monochromon, or I'm sorry, not Monochromon, 2 Monodramon to give us the 3 2-cost red vanillas. You know, 2-cost vanillas are good. Getting more bodies on board is good. So we also play 3 copies of Falcomon. So we do have some yellow options in this deck. The yellow options give this deck a lot of control. And, you know, having a Falcomon with, like, a red starter deck tie on board where this is hitting 6,000 and this is swinging face, that puts on an immense amount of pressure. And, you know, having 6 2-cost level 3s is always really good. And we're playing the Falco specifically because it unlocks that yellow color while it's on the field so that we can play some of the powerful yellow options that we got access to in Bt6. And our last rookie in the deck is a single copy of Pulsemon. For the same reason as Guilmon, you know, drawing cards is good, and 2-cost vanillas are good. This card is kind of both, plus it's a 4th rookie for yellow that lets us play yellow cards. So with this, we have 8, 12, we have 14 red rookies that we can evolve over our eggs, and then 4 additional rookies, so 18 in total. But yeah, that's it for the Digimon. So let's get on to the rest of the deck. So we got some Tamers. I got 2 Marcus and 2 Tai. Marcus is mainly there to set your memory to 3, but you do have the single copy of Greymon, so you do have the option to gain a memory if that ever swings. But mostly it's there to set your memory to 3. And then we have the 2-cost tie from the starter deck that gives all of your Digimon plus 1,000. This card can function as a 2-cost rookie in some situations because late game, you know, you'll evolve this into a Goonie. And it's always good having Tamers on board because your opponent can't typically, like, board wipe these. The most they can do is, like, evolve into Zort Defeat and, like, pop one of them. But if you have multiple out, then a Goonie for game is still on the table. And then the last Tamer of the deck is the TK and Kari from Bt6. So, I'm torn on this. This card is fine. It has you can suspend this Tamer whenever you attack with one of your yellow level 3s to give something -1, which is nice. You can pop, like, Drabumon and some just weaker rookies that are floating around in the meta. And then it has a start of your turn. If you have fewer security than your opponent, you gain 2. That comes up very infrequently, but, you know, if you are on the back foot, 2 extra memory will be nice. You know, if you get set to 5 off of these, then you can really start doing whatever you want. You can promote a rookie, evolve it in Aldamon that turn if you so desire. And that's pretty good. But yeah, no, the Tamers are mostly there to, this one unlocks the yellow so that we can play some of the yellow options from our hand. But these ones can evolve into a Gooniemon or Burning Greymon, which is really nice. So, on to the options. It's an Aguniemon focused deck, so we got 4 copies of Atomic Inferno. So I have run into situations where this has been hitting security, while I have the red starter deck tie on board and a bunch of Falcomons. And now I have 6,000 power security attack +1 Falcomons that are getting ready to swing face. And Chicken goes hard, so that's funny. But mostly it's like there for the reasons I said. This pumps Burning Greymon up to 12. This pumps Aldamon up to 14. Gives them an extra security attack and gives your opponent less incentive to block. If they didn't already have enough, because some of the times you're giving yourself piercing. Next, for the removal, I got 3 Trident Revolver, because this card is nuts. We play a couple Tamers. This lets us play them from our hand while simultaneously popping blockers, which is really good. Next, for the heavy removal, got 3 copies of Gaia Force, because it's red. And we're in a format where you're very, very likely to get OTK'd. So having safeguards and security is really good. And that's kind of what this deck's purpose is. It does a little bit of everything. It goes wide, it goes tall, it has safeguards and security, and it's just really a fun deck to mess around with because it can win in a variety of ways that all involve Aldamon. So I guess it's not really that much of a variety, but the ways you get there will vary from game to game, and it's, the fun is in the journey, am I right? So we got the 3 Gaia Force, we got the 3 Wyvern's Breath. These cards will make Bond of Friendship, Bond of Bravery. This one beats Craniumon. It makes all these cards just cry. That's all there is to that. Sometimes you just need big removal. Like, if you can keep Aldamon in play, or if you can, swing with Aldamon, chip them down most of the way, and then just remove whatever big threats they play after that and just promote a couple rookies and swing with those, you'll win that way. This game wins the security race a lot of the times, so these options will make it so your opponent just can't reestablish themselves, and that's always fun. So the last card in the deck, we have 2 copies of Reinforcing Memory Boost. So we don't have the red Memory Boost yet, but I really, really like this card. So it's kind of different from the regular Memory Boost because it costs so much more, but it also pops its delay effect and gives you 3 memory instead of 2, which is enough to evolve into Aldamon right then and there. But it also helps you recover, and it gives you a card in your hand. And sometimes this deck loses because it can't draw the right cards at the right time, so having extra draw power, so to speak, is pretty good. And also just activating this card, you have all of these options. So you have a high chance of revealing an option, and you have all these Digimon. If you reveal one of these and one of these, it's a no-brainer. You're adding the Digimon to your hand, and you're putting the option in your security. And you can, stack things like Gaia Force, Wyvern's Breath, all of these cards. It's just really cool. And this is a great card. I don't know why it's just a regular common, but it adds a lot to the deck. So, but one thing to note is if this is on your field getting ready to use its delay effect, it does not count as a yellow card in play. So then if this is your only card in play, you can't use another one from your hand or cast Wyvern's Breath from your hand. You would have to play a yellow Digimon or the TK and Kari first. So I do know that, but still, this card is really good. But yeah, that's the deck. It does a variety of things, and it's really good at what it does, which is punching your opponent in the face with Aldamon, and then finishing them off with a Goonimon. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!